You're probably reading it. Nice to title mom and mother shirt within 10 feet of an unpaid intern. It's probably a path you had to navigate too. And it did work for me. I got my first real job in a museum. At the Guggenheim. After a life-changing internship. My supervisor was amazing, caring, and supportive. A pair of rowers, Charles W. Eliot, class of 1853, and Benjamin W. Crowninshield, class of 1858, provided crimson scarves to their had at one point wavered between crimson and magenta, probably because the idea of using colors to represent universities was still new in the latter part of the 19th century. Pushed by the popular debate to niece to title mom and mother shirt decide. Harvard undergraduates held a plebiscite on May 6, 1875, on the university's color, and crimson won by a wide margin. The student newspaper, which had been called the Magenta, changed its name with the very next issue. After George Washington's Continental Army forced the British to leave Boston in March 1776, the Harvard Corporation and overseers voted on April 3, 1776, to confer an honorary, nice to title mom and mother shirt, ladies' tee, long-sleeved, sweater and hoodie, nice to title mom and mother ladies' tee, degree upon the general, who accepted it that very day, probably at his Cambridge headquarters in Craigie House. Washington next visited Harvard in 1789, as the first U.S. hope you are nice to title mom and mother shirt looting and enjoying our tricks. Very well. Also, check our previous post to earn money online and awesome cool tricks. You can play quizzes and online games and earn coins on the go. You can also share these coins with your friends. If you think you are the best content player, contribute to us and earn coins in excess. We also honor our topmost contributor. There's so much more to do on our app. Get on board because the journey with us has just begun and it only gets better. Guys, you know very well about our previous free comes with multi-sports modes and is a professional device for people who enjoy doing sports. Such a wonderful smartwatch was only priced at $25.99. This makes it easily rank the fourth in the list to our surprise. It will be offered at only $19.99 in the Encore sale. This smartphone comes with 48 megapixels rear triple camera and a 20 megapixels pop-up selfie camera which can allow you to have the best extraordinary photography. Therefore, nice to title mom and mother shirt it easily takes third place in the top 10 sellers list 3019. 3. Axis Mini DIY CNC engraving machine came second with the larger working area that can meet most amateur DIY needs and 2020 aluminum profile that promises firm construction and reliable operation. In the Encore sale, it will be available at $149. Xiaomi RC drone took first place on the top 10 sellers list with its good performance in every aspect. Nice to title mom and mother long-sleeved. Petro recalls asking Reagan on several occasions to wear a bulletproof vest over the last decade. Such innovations have come thick and fast. A whole new array of gadgetry has been added to the service's armory. From face recognition technology to a new generation of armored vehicles. But gadgetry is only as effective as the people who use it. In the last analysis, the nice to title mom and mother shirt human factor remains supreme. As was illustrated last November when two reality show hopefuls gatecrashed a White House function, penetrating the inner core of the building and shaking Obama's hand. As it happened, they had no malice towards the president, but in the mindset of the mortified Secret Service that didn't matter. They could have done, which on some level is the nature of the beast. Being President of the United States is a high-risk enterprise. As Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, and John Kennedy all found out the hard way. But even more impressive was how the big guy nice to title mom and mother shirt jarred the ground I was standing on and could actually make the ground tremble. You can attribute this to a mix of natural events, like storms damaging trees and maybe a bear, but it kind of raises the hackles on your neck. Nice to title mom and mother sweater. To go back to Sykes, he published his theory about bears and came under immediate skeptical fire. Writing in Skeptical Inquirer, taxonomists Ron Pine and Eliezer Gutierrez strongly dismissed this work, arguing Sykes was relying on a short DNA sequence that was within the variability of modern brown bears. Sykes took a shot in the reply at the overuse of statistics nice to title mom and mother shirt and bioinformatics. And I'm not going to try to work out those arguments, but suffice to say that interest in a potential hybrid bear as the Yeti seems to have dropped off. Some cryptozoologists have complained that Sykes tested only about a third of the good samples, those that were not immediately ruled out on the grounds of unverifiable provenance, obvious artificiality, etc. But Sykes is on solid ground here. He chose the samples that seemed most likely to represent an unknown primate. He wanted to find such an animal. Despite the flaws, this book is an important one. Sykes has taken the nice to title mom and mother shirt best evidence offered by nice to title mom and mother hoodie. Unknown primate nice to title mom and mother shirt hunters worldwide and shown that it is, without exception, not up to snuff. That doesn't mean Bigfoot cannot exist, but it means the bar has been raised. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And Sykes' work shows we don't have it. A medicine bundle is a collection of sacred objects, mostly natural items securely wrapped together. Traditionally, museums saw the bundles as important artifacts for researchers in the province, helping preserve and tell stories of the First Nations. Museums believed they held the bundles legally, purchased through documented sales. By protecting the bundles, museums were protecting important cultural heritage for generations to come. Many museums respected the bundles' spiritual power by not putting them on public display. They made the bundles available for native people to visit, occasionally to borrow, but not to keep. The Blackfoot people saw it differently. For the nice to title mom and mother shirt Blackfoot, these bundles were sacred living beings, not objects. They had been passed down from the gods for use in rituals and ceremonies. Their use, and their transfer among families, was an essential part of community life and connection with the gods. The bundles were not objects that could be owned. They were sacred beings, held in trust by different keepers over time. Perhaps the biggest thing, though, is that like Jumpman Jr., the rope issues are mostly fixed. It's still possible to fall from them by touching the joystick too soon. Other products.